Hello everybody, Joe Tactical here again. In this video I'm going to share with you an awesome piece of gear and probably a standard for a lot of people's kits. Okay, if you were going to use a small blade, this would probably really help you meet your needs. Okay, now I'm not an expert, I'm not military, I'm not law enforcement, but I got to tell you the SE4 is an awesome choice if you want a basic camp knife, something to put in your kit, your bailout bag or whatever. It's big enough to where if you had to do heavy woods craft, you know, bushcraft or whatever, batoning, it could do it, but it's not ideal. But nevertheless, something is better than nothing. So this is really a versatile piece of kit. And something just to recommend, if you were going to team up the SE4 or the SE3 with the Hoonglass, you'd really be good to go. And by the way, a Solviver too. To me, that just is kind of standard practice. The SE4, the Hoonglass, and a Solviver, you can cut, you can chop, and you can do all your fine work with the smaller blade. It's a really good deal. But back to the SE4. Sorry, I'm getting a little off the subject here. Let me open this up a little bit. Now this sheath is a Kydex sheath. I like that it's Kydex, but there's something I will say. There's a very small difference between the SE4 and the SE3. And it could almost be an EDC blade, but I feel as though it can't, mainly because of the sheath. Because not only is this blade about a ½ inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch bigger than the 3, but the sheath also sticks down about another 3/4 of an inch further than the SE3 sheath, which gives it, you know, over an inch difference when it's under an inch difference in the blade. The handle's exactly the same size, but I just kind of wish that even though it's a nicer Kydex, I think I would have rather had that plastic sheath but be shorter than the 3. So that's the only real bad thing I can say about the 4. It does have the micarta scales, and they're attached with the flush-mounted Allen-headed screws. And just when you rub, you know, your finger along the full tang design and the scales, it just feels like perfection. It's got a little pommel there, and by the way, my number is 6817. 6817 on the SE4. It's got real good powder coating on that. It's a crinkle finish powder coat on the 1095 high carbon steel. As I said before, and as many of you probably know, high carbon 1095 is a great steel, but you just have to keep it lubed up so it doesn't rust the blade and stuff like that. Alright, let's just take a quick look at the blade here. We have 3½ inch total blade, and then about a 4½ inch total blade, and about a 4 1/4 or so sharpened edge. The handle is about 4 1/4, and then the little pommel lanyard hole area is about 3/8 of an inch. So it's pretty much about the same as the SE3 with a little more length on the blade. I really like how it feels in hand. The 4 to me seems like the perfect camp knife. Because of the sheath and its little bit longer length, I wouldn't say it would be the best EDC option, seeing how you can go with the 3 and that's a little bit better. But you know, if you were going to be around camp or something like that, this is perfect. This is perfect. And let me see if I can get that a little bit closer. You guys can check it out. I'm in the works on getting a better camera, guys. I apologize. I might get one this weekend. So it's really a good looking blade. And also on the back of this, it has the MOLLE attachments. And I always recommend getting the MOLLE attachments. You can attach this so many different ways, and it's very beneficial if you just get this. Even if you end up taking it off or whatever, I would just recommend getting this, keeping it in a little tote somewhere, and if you ever need it or whatever. Also, you might be able to utilize it for other gear of some kind, whether it be a knife or some type of pouch or whatever. I don't really think it would be a good idea to do a holster like that because it would be too flimsy, but you know, just throw some ideas out there. And get creative a little bit. And like I said before, if you guys ever have any questions, I'm not an expert by any means, but as far as mounting different things, I've really kind of have done well with that. It was difficult at first, but I found a couple different methods for me, inexpensive, that's very doable and very rigid, whether it be on tactical nylon, a vest, a chest rig, even a belt or whatever. Alright, so I just had a need for that, and I kind of came up with a couple good ideas. I don't know if anybody else does it specifically like I do, but if you have any questions on that, please, by all means, I'd be more than happy to answer them. Again, I'm not an expert, but it's like I always say, let's all learn from each other. That's why I do videos. I don't get paid to do these videos. I do it because I strongly believe that if we all help each other learn and progress as a people, we'll all be better off. United we stand kind of thing. So thank you very much for watching.